to my channel. So today's video is going to be about how to look after ourselves, mostly mentally, which is sometimes actually directly linked to physically. So I feel like this is more important now than ever because we're about to go into our second lockdown of the year, and 2020 has truly been an emotional roller coaster for all of us here. So it's just as hard to go through your personal life as well as a pandemic at the same time, and our minds can get really confused. So I feel like I just need to make this video, as I have been making lists in the past few months of things that make me happy and things that I can do to look after myself a bit more, because I'm 22 now and I need to know how to do that. So I've brought together my top 5 of that list to tell you about today, and there's plenty more where that came from. So if you want a second video or even a third video, then give this video a like and I'll be sure to do that. Also, if you like stuff like this on mental health, confidence, and sometimes even cleaning, because I'm a little bit weird, then please subscribe and click that notification bell so you know when I upload first. It's really important to actually think about self-care on a daily basis, because sometimes we just bottle everything up and then we end up getting ourselves ill and even more stressed. It's just an endless cycle. So just take a moment to think, what will you do today that is going to be included in self-care? What are you going to do to look after yourself? You can make some time, it's really not going to take that long, and you can even make it your morning routine or your night routine. And if you want videos on those, you can let me know down in the comments as well, and I'll be sure to do that. And with all that said, let's get into the video. So the first tip is to take a walk. So walking is a good form of exercise, and you don't need to go to the gym and sweat loads for it to count as a workout. It's actually recommended by health professionals to go for a walk for 30 minutes a day, and it raises your heart rate, so it does actually technically count as a workout, and long term it can really be beneficial for your health. I like to put my Fitbit on and see how many steps I can do in a day, and then the next day I'll try and do more steps. And like, I even try and beat my family members at this because they also have Fitbits, and you can check on the app like how many steps they're doing. So I don't know, I think I have a really competitive side in me, and it makes me feel like accomplished if I do more steps than I did the day before. I know that I'm always talking about how I never really have time to work out in the day, but this is only 30 minutes of walking, and you can literally go with a friend and talk about stuff and take your mind off things, or you can go by yourself, because this is that one time of the day where you don't have any responsibilities other than looking after yourself, and that's pretty easy. Also, most of us know that physical activity can release endorphins, which makes you feel happier, less stressed, clears your mind, makes you feel more focused. So it's a win-win situation. And you know what, it makes you actually feel a bit more grateful for the world around you. For example, I live in Cornwall and it's such a popular tourist destination, but I don't actually really appreciate the stuff around me at the moment, and I felt like if I was to get out more like I used to, I would realise how beautiful the place that I live in actually is. And yeah, it would actually make me feel a bit fresher to get some fresh air. Try walking to work, or when you go to run errands, try walking there, because I live in the centre of a town and I don't actually go out there that often. I normally take my car somewhere else because for me it's just easier. But I'm going to make it a rule now that if the place I want to be is like a 30-minute walk or less, I have to walk. And it's going to save me money on my petrol too, so I think that's a really good idea. So the second tip is to work out, and I'm not going to go on for too long about this because we have just spoken about going for a walk, which is kind of linked. But I know that talking about exercise and actually working out can be quite daunting for most people, and for me that was also true, but I think it's because I didn't actually find something that I genuinely enjoyed doing. And now that I have explored like all the sorts of types of exercise there is to do, I know that I love yoga, I love spinning, and I love swimming. So yeah, I actually enjoy working out now, and I used to go to like fitness classes when I could afford it, and you know, when there wasn't a lockdown, but now there is another solution for you guys. You can actually do a home workout with YouTube videos, put your own music on if you don't want to listen to the YouTube video, just watch what they're doing. I have an exercise bike which actually cost me £20 off of Facebook Marketplace. So sometimes I do like a spinning class and just put on really loud music and just go for it. And then when you're done, it actually makes you feel really, you know, accomplished, and you feel happy and proud of yourself. So it's just a really good thing to do, and I recommend that you just give it a try, and you don't have to go full out. You can do it step by step. So say you're going on the bike, if you want to do 5k the first day and then work your way up throughout the week to doing a 10k on the bike in the mornings, that is better than doing nothing at all. Regularly working out is actually really good for your mental health. It helps with depression, anxiety, ADHD, and it's going to make you feel better at yourself as well, because you might gradually see changes in your body, or you might be just as proud of yourself that you actually got up and did something that day. Little steps, like, they really mean a lot in the long run. So the third tip is to light a candle, or 5 or 10, however many you want. Just try not to cause a fire. Try and be safe with it. So many scents can actually stimulate your mind and help you focus, such as like citrusy scents. So I've got a list here actually. So I've got mint, lemon, orange and cinnamon, and also rosemary. They help you focus. So anything with like citrus in it or cinnamon, that's going to really help you get on top of your work, or something that you've really wanted to do for a long time but you've had this mental block. It's honestly going to help so much. And if you actually already burn candles quite often, you might have a favourite scent which reminds you of a really good memory. For example, like, I had this perfume that I got for Christmas once, and it was a Britney Spears one, and now every time I smell that perfume it reminds me of that Christmas, and it makes me really happy, because that was the Christmas that we went to the beach in the snow with the dogs. It was just brilliant. So candles can actually do the same thing. So for example, like, my favourite scents are like vanilla, there's lavender, which is also really good for stress. But we'll get onto that in a minute. So candles were actually used in like religious ceremonies, but they also are used for to make an ambiance, or like to make an atmosphere in your home. So if you're doing certain things like having a shower or a bath, cooking, having dinner, having your morning coffee, doing yoga, there's so many times when you can light a candle and it just fits the moment. So you can implement it in your morning routine or your night routine. I like to do it at night just before I go to bed. So if I've just had a shower, I'm doing all my skincare, I've lit all the candles in the living room, because our living room's also a bedroom. So I get into bed and I'm watching Netflix with the candles on, and it just makes me feel so calm and cozy. Like, please try it, because it's the best feeling in the world. Also, having a routine and creating like a ritual each day is really good for your mental health, because it kind of keeps everything in order. So I know that sometimes it can feel like your mind's all muddled up, but as long as you know what you're doing on your night routine and your morning routine, I think you've got it sorted. Using electronics right before bed is really bad for you, and that's why you can't sleep, because the blue light, it actually decreases your magnesium levels. That can make you feel less tired and more anxious. That's definitely not a good idea. So using candles is actually a better way to light up the room when you're just about to get into bed, but also it's going to save money on electric, so why not? So the next tip is actually a digital detox, and like I said in the last tip, if you are trying to go to sleep at night and you're just on your phone all the time trying to distract yourself and make yourself feel a bit more sleepy, that's just not going to work. It's going to do the exact opposite. It's going to make you feel less tired. And I feel like you should have like a window in the evening and in the morning where you don't go on your phone. You just avoid all your electronic devices for a bit, because I actually did a study in uni where in the first few hours, if you're on your phone in the morning, it can actually decrease your mental stability by 7%. That might not seem like a lot, but to me that was kind of an eye-opener. It was like I was noticing people around me on their phones, and then like after a while they were just getting more and more depressed. So I don't know if that was like evidence, but to me I was a bit like, okay, I'm gonna think more about when I'm on my phone. Studies show that excessive social media use is actually quite damaging to your mental health. It makes you feel quite lonely, it makes you compare yourself to others, so your self-worth goes down. And I have been guilty of this too, of comparing myself to other people and how they look, and you know, it can be really damaging. So if you can just take a day or two off of social media, like every Sunday, make that your self-care Sunday. Just take yourself off social media, off your phone for the day, and if people really need to get to you, they can call you or they can come over. Like, Sunday is a day of rest. Please, like, let yourself have some time to yourself. And I know this isn't really such a problem right now because we're locked in, but you can get really bad FOMO, like from social media, seeing everyone else having fun and doing all these things, and you're thinking, I'm not really going out much at the moment, I'm in quite a rut, and you're comparing your lives to theirs, when really, if you take yourself off social media and all these devices, like, you're just living your life, and you're not living your life online, because it's just pointless. And I know I'm making a YouTube video right now, but I do actually take time in the day to just live my life, which is game changing. Having more time to yourself will actually inspire you to go out a bit more as well. So you'll achieve tip 1, which is taking a walk. You might want to go outside. Like I said, you'll be determined to live your own life and do things that you actually want to do. And when you come back to social media and things, you might actually question some of the apps and the websites that you use, because they can be quite detrimental to your mental health as well. And there's actually some apps that I don't really agree with. So the last tip is to call someone, and this is a more authentic way of communicating with someone other than Facebook or texting. And you might actually call someone that you haven't spoken to in a long time. It's going to feel great. Like, I haven't spoken to a few of my friends in a while because of this lockdown situation, and it's just been like, I don't know what to say, so I might give them a call soon. And sometimes I call my mum or my sister, and it's really nice to be able to talk to family when you're not feeling great. And sometimes I feel like at the end of that call, like, I've just had a pick-me-up and I feel so much better and I can get on with my day. So yeah, if you have time, give someone a call. So I'm just going to put it out there that I don't really know any of you personally. I don't know what helps you mentally, so I'm just saying what you can do to like try, like what you can give a try, and then if it actually helps you, that's great. But if it doesn't, you know, that's not a bad thing. It's just because you're a different person, and some things they help you and some other things don't. It's all about, you know, trial and error. So I just want to put that out there. I'm not really professional, and this is just a video for like entertainment. But yeah, I really do hope that some of these things have helped you and that you've enjoyed the video and you found it informative, because I worked so hard on this. I spent so long planning this video, and then it got deleted. Like, my plan got deleted, so I had to do it all over again. So I really have tried, because I feel like mental health is so important. So if you like this video, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!